Yeah,
We got it. How are you
was
doing today?
good. Was good.
Good to hear from you. And before we start, I just want to again say thank you. Thank you so much for doing this for us. I know a lot of the fans right now are excited to hear from you, and they had some questions. So it's a good time for Wayne fans today. So I
Let's
just want
get
to say
it.
thank you.
All right,
Um,
for sure.
I think what we'll do is we'll just start right off the bat. I don't want to take too much of your time. We'll start right off the bat. I got a bunch of questions for you. We'll go down the list, and then if we have any time at the end, if there's any in comment live request questions, we'll take those. And of course, if you have anything else you want to add, we'll have a discussion. Um, but getting right into the Q&A portion, or if anyone doesn't know who Street Runner is, he is a Grammy-winning producer. And honestly, if you're a Wayne fan, you can probably agree that Street Runner is Wayne's best producer of all time. He's made probably Wayne's best records, most legendary, most memorable. Every time we think of like the Carter 3 sessions, we think of Street Runner. We think of all the production you've done for Wayne, all the soulful music you've given Wayne. As a Wayne fan, thank you. Just want to say
Appreciate it,
thanks for
man.
that because
Appreciate it.
you've really fed the Wayne community over the years. Um, so first question, just to start right off here, how do you determine which records you add your producer tag to? Is that like a random type thing?
Well, back then, it would be you would hear a vocal that said "Street Runner," like an actual girl who said "Street Runner."
Mhm.
Nowadays, it's more of a stutter. So if you listen to my more modern music in the past, probably 7 to 8 years,
Mhm.
when the song starts off, and sometimes while the rapper's rapping, you'll hear a stutter, and
Mhm.
that's now my tag because like I felt like it's more timeless. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Mhm.
just to put a little mark on it, I always loved how when right before Rick Ross would rap, you would hear a little, not even the full Maybach, but like just a stutter,
Mhm.
and that's what I wanted to do for my beat.
That's
just
awesome.
to just to like especially I started hearing so many tags and I was like, yo, this is getting kind of played out, and I always admired like how certain tags, like certain producers had certain tags that were certain super low key, and I kind of went that route moving forward.
That's awesome because I want to say honestly, you have a very iconic tag. So whenever we hear your producer tag, it's nice because it's nice to know that you're behind the music, but it's such an iconic tag. Um, that was definitely one of my questions too. I thought it was
Okay.
kind of interesting. Um, another question here. Someone asked, "What is your favorite song with Wayne you did over one of your beats of all time?"
Of all time, I'm gonna say probably "Cry Out Amen."
Uh-huh.
That would probably be my number one of
Yeah,
all time.
that's probably my
Yeah,
favorite too.
whatever title you use, "Cry Out" or "Amen" to look it up, but that to me is my, like, just because of the simplicity of the production, how soulful it is, how he blacked out for 5 minutes straight and just rap, just real rap bars, and just super fire, and kind of painted his picture on that, just made a beautiful canvas of
Mhm.
words, and just like the timeless, like to this day that record's timeless to me, from the production sound quality to him and his raps. It's
Mhm.
like flawless. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
For me personally, this is my personal favorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then for anyone listening right now, if you don't know, Street Runner actually remastered a lot of these classics. You can
Right.
check him out on his page on SoundCloud.
And I
Um,
had a reason for that.
mhm.
Because like I had every single session, and I was online, and I didn't like the way any of them sounded. Like all the leaks sounded terrible. So I
Yeah.
was like, yo, I have the power to mix and master each one of these records and make them sound like they should have sounded like if they went on to an album.
Yep.
And I took my own time and energy and made that happen, and I did like one or two remixes, I think, as well. That was like back in 2016. That was like 10 years
Wow.
ago.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think you dropped one once a week, was it?
Once a month.
Once a month. Once a month. Yeah.
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 Once a
Yeah.
month.
I remember
They
that.
went crazy too.
Yep. Yeah. That did cause a lot of people to discover the songs too, because a lot of people just never heard of it before. So it's kind of cool for the new
Yeah,
generation to kind of get introduced to the older records.
right. I might do like another remaster in like another 5 years or something. You know what I'm saying?
We'll be looking
Like,
out for that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to keep them alive. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? Reintroduce the records again. They're fire. They're timeless masterpieces to me. You know what I'm saying?
agreed, agreed. Um, Speaking of like the soulful beats and just kind of the Carter 3 sessions,
Mm.
someone asked, was there any beats on that same CD that you wish that Wayne rapped over that he just never did, over that beat CD you gave him?
Back when we first started, like when I first handed him a CD,
Mm-hmm.
no, I wouldn't say there was any beats that I wish he rapped over because he rapped over a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, the first night he knocked out, I believe, Trouble, One Night Only, and Rapa Pum Pum. So
Definitely.
like right out the gate, I felt like if any of those made it on the Carter Three, it'd
Mhm.
be fire, you know?
Yep.
And One Night Only was like, to me, I felt like that had potential of being like a smash hit,
Mhm.
at least during that time in that era and like where we were all at musically. It
Mhm.
sounded like that shit could have went that shit could have been one, you know?
Yeah.
But like it was cool because I actually brought Junior Reed. Me and Dizzy brought Junior Reed to the studio to meet Wayne, and then he went on to like recut the Rapapam vocals because Junior Reed was the sample that I flipped
Mhm.
in that record. And Wayne knocked all these records out within 2 hours. These three records that I'm talking about, and like within like a week or two later, I was like, "Yo, I got Junior Reed. I could bring him through."
Mhm.
And we brought him through, and he cut the Rapa Pum Pum, all those lyrics again on top of the record, which is kind of fire.
That is
So
fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just get the OG on there.
That kind of I guess that kind of answers the next question I was going to ask you here was, were you ever in the studio when Wayne rapped over the beats? So I get
Yeah, a
that.
few times.
Yep.
And I was in the studio when he did a feature for Junior Reed on one of my tracks.
Mhm.
And yo, I swear to God, like he circled because it was the room was not your traditional studio. It was like kind of like a room you set up how you want it, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And his engineer, Drew at the time, had like a table, like had the I guess the desk where the equipment was, the computer, the laptop, or no, it was a computer at that time, and big speakers, and it was just a big open room, no booth, and Wayne would just like circle the room a couple times and let's go, cut it one take. You
Wow.
know what I'm saying? All these records were like one takers and like very minimal to no ad libs through
Mhm.
any of the recordings.
Wow.
Yeah, and
That's
very
legendary.
raw, like no auto tune.
Uh,
That was before that era. You know what I'm saying?
yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wayne really set the standard for just making music. Um,
yeah, yeah. Like just I saw it with my own eyes. He circled the room one or two times,
mhm.
one take, just
That's
like straight. He didn't have a clue what he was rapping on at the time. Like we brought the track, Junior Reed's record, and
mhm.
he one taked it. And I seen him do it. I seen him do it for I believe Khaled on a record. I seen him do it for a couple of other people when I was like in the rooms, and I was just able to be in the presence of him rapping. You know what I'm saying? And like I always was like, this guy's incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like just off the strength when I met him with Fat Joe, I was just like when he rapped on three of my beats in 2 hours, I was like, oh man, this guy's out of here. I gotta just keep working with this dude. This
Yeah.
dude knows what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's how that came you know
Mhm.
into moving
Good.
forward. We just kept working and
Yep.
just cooking. You know what I'm
You got
saying?
history for sure.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly.
this is kind of an interesting one, which I thought this next question, which I was also kind of interested in. The title exclusive record, "Grateful," was that intended for a project, or was that kind of just a Lucy that got released?
Okay, so yeah, that one, I don't know how, I can't remember how that happened.
Mhm.
I don't even remember if they asked me permission but we made that artwork. Me and my guy made that artwork.
Hmm.
I want to say we made that artwork. I don't remember how any of that happened, to be honest with you. I love that record too. That record's fire. That's one of them ones that just is under the radar. Like if
Yes.
you want, you gotta go into a deep dig
Hmm.
in Wayne archives to catch that one. Yeah, I don't know enough about that record other than I made the track and Wayne rapped dope on it. And shout out to Ruger Raj. Me and Ruger made that track. Yeah.
I'm glad it got released. Even if it was just on Tidal or YouTube, I'm
Oh
still glad.
man, like there's records that never seen the light of day that's fire that we got.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, like hard drives that have gotten lost, like yo, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if like Wayne's best music comes out on albums. I think a lot of that stuff is like just on drives and like his
Hmm.
archives is insane. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's got to be an amazing feeling to know though. Like you've created all of this beautiful music. Like you're the guy behind it. That's just got to be a great feeling.
I mean some of it, not all of it. I got some of it. Like Wayne got a lot of records and he got a lot of producers who work with him.
Hmm. This next question is kind of random, but do you ever get noticed in public at all when you're just out and about?
Very rarely, and
Yeah,
I actually like it like that.
yeah, just kind of the personal life.
Yeah, I get more asked about my tattoos than anything. That's but like I don't think anybody has a clue, and I kind of like it like that.
Hmm. That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, yeah.
Has there ever been a process for clearing old records, like one night only or trouble, or is that something that the major label has to do?
Yeah, that would be like if we ever were to release it on like platforms like streaming platforms or anything like that. That's when they would have to handle that part of the business. We've never taken it there, and I don't really try to take it there or anything like that. But there was a I want to say there was a Carter. No, there was some kind of deluxe edition that it was like a box set that they released in it. Man, I don't even remember what this box set was, but like they had to release a record from the Carter 3 era, and I had to find the sample for that, and that was a
Oh
little
yeah.
difficult.
Oh, was
Shout
that for
out to
your dig?
Shazam, and I figured it out,
Yeah.
but it was oh yeah, or yeah, what was it called? Man, I gotta look. I can't remember what this record's called, but it was released probably about 3 years ago.
Was that your
And
dig?
you dig. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Another
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah, man, you know your shit, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out
I'm
to
glad
you.
that one made streaming. I'm glad that one's on DSP.
Yeah, yeah, that one right there, that's Carter 3 era.
Hmm.
I don't know if
And
you
if
can hear it, but
yeah,
you
and
can
if I'm
probably
not,
hear it in his raps more than anything because I kind of modernized the beat a little bit with today's sonics with a
mhm.
little bit of the beat. Um, but yeah, that's Carter 3 era.
And I could be wrong on this, so nobody, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure didn't Wayne reuse some of the vocals from Mr. Carter on your dig, or was maybe I'm confusing the records, but I think he might have reused some lines on your
Um, if it no, it would have probably been the other way
other
around.
way around.
Like,
Yep.
yeah, because your dig was probably made, and then I don't know if there's lyrics that are similar. I haven't A and B'd the two, and I haven't
Yep.
listened to Mr. Carter in so long. Great record. I just haven't put my ear to it in a minute. But like, yeah, your dig was just one of them archive records, and I just got a random call that I guess they had the session and they wanted to release it with a box set, and I think it's on digital streaming as well,
Yep.
and it was part of like a Carter like 7-inch 45 box set or something for
Yes. Yeah, I
physical
remember when that dropped.
releases. Yeah, so. Yeah, we I had to figure out what that sample was, and
Hmm.
boy was I shook. I didn't think I was gonna figure that out, but I got it.
That's
I
awesome.
found the session too. That was another thing. I had to find the session on an old MPC 2000 XL.
Wow.
So
You just
yeah,
have like old equipment and like archives that you hold.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
the 2000 XL, I haven't used that since 2010.
Mhm.
So like any beats that was made probably from like 2000 to like 10 years. I did like a decade on that drum machine, and I save them on little discs. You
Mhm.
gotta find that shit, man. It ain't easy sometimes. The search gets real.
Yeah, that's awesome. This guy asked this question was: You've usually had a song placement on Wayne's album since Carter 3. And he wanted to know: Did you submit anything from Carter 5 and Carter 6, and like how does that process work?
Okay, yeah. So Carter 5, I had a joint that I thought was gonna make it, but I think it was something that Wayne wrote in the song that had to do with the Green Bay Packers or something, like one of his favorite football teams.
Mhm.
And the line didn't work no more because they didn't make it. They didn't win the Super Bowl, or it was something crazy. And then
Yeah.
that record got scratched. And then sometimes it'll be just they don't want to clear samples, or they wait till the very last minute, and it's hard with that time constraint to like clear a sample because sometimes a sample takes like a couple weeks,
Yeah.
sometimes a month, sometimes 2 3 months. So like if you know you're going to use a record, you got to start clearing the sample kind of ahead of schedule of the album release date.
Mhm. That's interesting how that process, the business side of the music.
Yeah, it's almost like I almost see it like Wayne catches a vibe where he wants to drop a project, or somebody around him, the label, the management, whatever, they're like, album mode, let's go. And
Mhm.
then it's kind of like he works all the way until the release date,
Yeah.
and then like whatever they see fit, they put it onto the project. So
Mhm.
sometimes if last minute they may not be able to clear some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And a
Mhm.
lot of my music, I have a lot of music that's not sampled, but a lot of my music is sampled, and it seems like Wayne gravitates towards a lot of my sampled music.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. He sounds amazing over your soulful, your beats that you
Oh
make
man,
over
that's
there.
my favorite shit when he raps on a soul beat.
And I saw a clip you had an interview recently where you said you were trying to get into like your Jay-Z blueprint bag. Um,
Yeah, that's what I feel like I did with the Cry Out Amen
Mhm.
record. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to do with that, and the way he approached it and nailed it. Like I feel like we got in that bag like
Mhm.
real quick. So that was a good one.
I think this one here it's kind of more of an obvious question, but the fans want to know if Carter 3 is close to hitting diamond status on with the sales. Do you think, in your opinion, like they would hit you up to maybe do like a box set Carter 3 album, or is that something you think we can
Nah,
expect? No.
nah,
No.
no. Unfortunately, I don't think so. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Mhm.
Like I mean, I'm blessed to have been a part of the Carter Three,
Mhm.
with my couple offerings that I put on there. But like, I don't foresee that. And also, there was some, we had great producers on that: Swizz Beats,
Yeah.
Kanye West, Alchemist, Cool and Dre, Jim Johnson. I mean, that's just some of the guys off top. Infamous,
Mhm.
Develop, Drew, like all these guys did amazing shit on there, and I
Yeah.
don't, I don't think, I think what I offered, with gossip and unfortunately playing with fire, which we got we got burned on, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. But like, but those offerings were fire for that project, and like they did what they did.
That's fire.
Hmm.
Um, this fan wants to know, how did the creation of Heavenly Father come about?
Man, I want to say that record like actually it actually went a few different directions because like I don't remember so Wayne had the track first.
Mhm.
Then I want to say there was a version. Okay, I don't even know. I want to say he didn't rap on that version. He rapped on another version. Then I gave him that version, and then he had that version. And then Fat Joe eventually took that beat. So it's confusing. I don't even
Yeah,
know. But like
yeah.
it was definitely yeah, I think his lyrics went on to something else, or I don't know. But yeah,
Mhm.
that was definitely one of those records too that like it was just, at that point we were just making music. It was just all just in the sauce.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Just an amazing era in music.
Yeah, yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool.
Mhm. This question asks, in the Wayne community, you're highly regarded as the best producer for Wayne, um, and you've helped create some of his greatest records. So he wants to know, do you ever feel any pressure making beats better for Wayne, or trying to like outdo yourself than you've done in the previous times?
No, I don't feel pressure. I just, my one thing about, like, if you listen to my music, even with like music I've made with Meek Mill or Khaled on Khaled albums, like I always just try to make music with a certain level of urgency, a certain level of like high quality. I try to push the culture forward. I'm not one who really just copies people and copies people's sound and style. I have a certain level that I try to make music on at all time.
Yeah.
And the pressure, I feel like over time, I've gotten better and better with music and my tracks. So, like, I don't really look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at it like he's always going to get my best fire, my best work. And what he ends up doing on it, he ends up doing on it. I mean, like, for example, look at how he rapped on God Did. I think that verse was incredible on there, and that was just a fire ass track that we did on the Khaled
Yeah.
album. And when Wayne hops on, he went crazy on it. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like the chemistry of high level rapper and great producer, great production. It just comes together and just works.
Yes.
Period. Like it's not really even rocket science. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It just is what it is.
Agreed. In terms of samples, what's your approach to samples? Do you pick samples that you know is easier to clear, or do you just kind of pick what you?
Nah.
Yeah.
I wish I did. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Like, oh, this will be easy. Sometimes, me and my man's, Tariq Azouz, when we work and stuff like that, we definitely talk about it a lot. Like, yo, we should get a sample from TrackLib, or we should get a sample from here. Or we should just make our own samples. You know what I'm saying? And like, and we do all of it. Like honestly, like I don't let creativity get limited by the sample. So like,
Yeah.
if it's a fire sample, I'm gonna fuck with it.
Mhm.
Although not if it's the Rolling Stones. I'm not fucking with the Rolling Stones. Them
They
boys will
don't play
come
around.
back. Yeah, don't fuck with the Rolling Stones. That's all.
Um,
But
this
like,
next,
yo, I don't let it limit my creativity. I just go
yeah,
in, do what I could do with it, and just like, catch the biggest body I can on whatever sample or wherever I grab it, whether it's vinyl, YouTube, or somebody comes to me with a sample, whatever.
well, that's cool, and it's nice that to know, like, as a producer, you don't have to limit yourself or put yourself on, with boundaries because of business things. So it's
Right,
nice that you can just, explore any type of sound of music and just make something out of it.
right, right. Yeah, for sure.
This next question asks, Two Chains played a now scrapped song from Welcome to Collie Grove called Do It Without Ya. They wanted to know, do you have any insight on why it wasn't used? Maybe sampling reasons behind that one?
Do it without you, man. I might need to hear that.
Let me see if let
I
me
know there
see if
was
I can.
one about the guitar. Like, I think he had a title called Guitar.
Mhm.
Something, Me and My Guitar or something. And I know that was for a Collie Grove record that didn't make it.
Let's see. Yeah, this one here, maybe not. Maybe it's not online anymore. But at one point, Two Chains previewed it on live. So I
Yeah,
know the
yeah.
Wayne crew
I,
did
I
you.
did catch some of my stuff on live that was with Wayne. Man,
Mm-hmm.
them boys, they got a lot of heat together too. They
Yep.
probably got a whole nother Collie Grove project just sitting in the archives.
Mm-hmm.
I know I
For
got
sure.
like 20, 30 records with 2 Chainz that never came out.
Yeah. And you
So
never know, right?
yeah, and shout out to him because I feel like that record "Yuck" with Wayne was crazy back when he dropped his first album. That
Mm-hmm.
was crazy.
Yeah, I remember Wayne. He was on video saying he wasn't expecting that record to come out as the single for
Yeah,
Chainz's album. But
yeah,
it's
that
great,
that that
great
record's
record.
fire.
Do you have any behind the scenes stories, like any studio stories or anything interesting that you've seen while working with Wayne?
I mean, the coolest one would be just. I can confirm that during that era, that man would just circle the room 2 times
Yeah.
with the beat playing. Maybe run the beat one time and then go right in the booth and record, and it'd be like a flawless one take, exactly what you. And it wouldn't be like, all right, run it again. Let me get it a couple times. Let me punch in. Let me, it wouldn't be a process. It was
Mhm.
effortless. It was
That's
effortless and it sounded flawless at the same time.
yep.
But
Have
that
Have
was
you ever
that was
had?
that's the only thing that I can like speak on, that I can be like, yo, this I seen it with my own eyes. This shit is real as fuck. You know?
Yep. Have you ever had a moment in the studio where you've like maybe challenged him on a record, or you've told him to fix something, or maybe go
No,
back? No. No.
nah, nah. I can't say I did.
All right. Let's see here.
Solid
So we got
questions.
yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Someone wants to know. I feel like we've already kind of answered this question, but do you think in the future we'd ever be seeing a Street Runner Wayne collab tape or anything collaboration between you two?
Man, I would love that, but I really can't call it. I mean, Wayne's to me, Wayne's the biggest artist in the world. To me, like,
Yeah.
he's responsible for even, equally as great artists that he brought up under his wing. And this man is like, legendary status. And I feel like we could make one of them ones that like the fans would go crazy for. But
Uh-huh.
like, it's kind of like the ball's in his court. Like, if he ever wanted to do that, I'm all in. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about it. He would get my best shit I ever made in my life. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? Like, and I don't care if we had to make 50 to 60 records, like to make that like flawless 10 to 15 that the fans want. Like, I'd do it. I'd put that work in for sure.
So
So,
people listening, if you hear that, just make sure to tag Wayne's page. Let him know we need the Street Runner collab tape. Just let him know because I'm sure he'll see.
yeah,
You know, he'll eventually see that.
that'd be
Um,
fire.
yeah. Um, got a few more questions here for you, and then if anyone else, in the live wants to ask anything, before we start to wrap it up here. Um, this guy wants to know the FWA, the Free Weezy album. He
Ah,
wanted to know if Street Chains and Living Like That was ever considered for Carter Five, or if that was specific for a Free Weezy album.
okay. So, Street Chains was for the Free Weezy album that went on last minute. It was actually supposed to be like the day it dropped. It was supposed to be on it, but it ended up going on it a week later. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why. I don't know why they did it like that. It just happened like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that was definitely for that. But I think when they re-released it, they might have it might have been like an anniversary or something. I can't recall. That's when they added the other record, and that was a
Living Like
record we
That.
just had. That was a record we just had in the archive,
Mm-hmm.
just sitting. And I'm always for like, yo, let's get this music out. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, like that came out when they did like a re-release anniversary edition or something like that. Might have been like a 10-year
Yeah.
anniversary or something. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when we released that record. So I don't know if that record had I really don't know what when Wayne raps on something, like I don't know what his intentions or what he's gonna use it for. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like he raps on so much music, like
Yeah.
it just gets buried, into
Yeah.
the archives, like, and So eventually somebody digs it up and is like, yo, this is fire. Let's do something with this. And that's how that shit, it's how it does what it does. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. Do you have a favorite and a least favorite track you've made it just in your producing career?
A least favorite track? Man, that's tough. Favorite track? I could probably answer that better.
Hmm.
Favorite track might be and most meaningful. I feel like not most meaningful, but most special. I want to say might be Nipsey Hussle Higher with DJ Khaled. That one's up there
Yeah.
for sure. But if we're talking, are we talking Wayne records or are we
Just
talking
this
just
one,
in
I think, just
general?
in general.
Yeah, that one would be up there. That would be in my top tier right there. Um, yeah, I can't think of anything that I would put above that. I mean, you know, God did is probably close. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's got Jay on it. You know what I'm saying? That got Wayne on it, and it was like a pretty big record when it dropped. So yeah, like those. Oh, and Jay-Z Nas, Sorry Not Sorry on the Khaled album. Those are serious. Like those are serious records. Like to have Jay-Z and Nas coming from where I come from, to have those two guys on one song with Beyonce running some ad libs on there, Khaled put that together lovely. That shit is fire. So like that's definitely one that's up there for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of Khaled and the God Did album, this guy wants to know, how did you and Tarek wind up becoming the main producers for that album?
Oh man, I've known Khaled for 22 years. So, yeah, he says it all the time. I'm officially unofficial. We the best in-house producers. You know what I'm saying? Like me, and we that's what it is. Like we are the unofficial. We the best in-house producers. So. We feed them a lot of music. We stay on top of everything. We turn around everything quick. It's like heat on demand, basically. Like, yo, I need this, and I knock it out. Like, let's make it happen. Let's make the best, most powerful music we can, and that's where that comes down to. But also the history, man. Like, I met Fat Joe and DJ Khaled the same night, and I went on to sign with Terror Squad, and I was there for like Khaled's first album, Khaled's Listen album. I did the Joel Santana record on his first album. I think it was called Listen, but I don't remember what the Joel Santana. I think it was called. No, I don't remember what the Joel Santana song was called on there. But yeah, since album one, I've been down with that.
That's amazing.
So, and we got his new album coming soon. Got a lot of heat on there too.
Nice. So we'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, that and Ross's album got a nice little banger on there.
Nice. All right. We'll
Hmm.
look out for that. How did This question here wants to know, how did you get into music in the first place? Like, what made you love music? What made you decide you want to be a music producer?
Um, I guess it started with like my love for rap and hip hop. Then it moved on to like DJing and like wanting to like be like a battle DJ or scratch DJ and like juggle and all that shit. Not a club DJ, just like kind of like do a battle, be like. I was super into battle DJing and like, when I was a little kid. And
Mm,
I got my turntables and I just started buying like 12-inch, and eventually, you would see like my favorite beats. I started to realize DJ Premier, DJ Premier, DJ Premier, or it would be like P Rock, P Rock, P Rock, Havoc, or like RZA, and I
uh,
start to put it together in my head like, yo, I want to do what these guys is doing. So I had to
yeah.
figure that shit out. That was a whole nother, because I'm young, dumb, no YouTube, didn't have
Hmm.
any fucking clue how to make a beat. I had to figure it out. I started looking into magazines, caught my first SB 1200. That was a dumb drum machine to have to like work on beats. but I figured it out a year later, graduated to an MPC 2000 XL, and then souped it up with like 3 minutes of sample time, and whatever
Mhm.
else, and just that's it. Just started going in crazy on that.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's again, I don't want to. I sound like a broken record, but I definitely think that you are Wayne's best producer. So like if Wayne's team's hearing this, or if they see the clips in the future, if you hear this, just know we need more Street Runner and Wayne music. I think that's
Man,
something
that'd be
majority of
amazing.
the fans want. Yeah, I think usually when the fans ask for Wayne music, they ask about you and they say we need some Street Runner music. So hopefully, we'll get something soon, even if it's just a little EP or something.
Yeah, shout out to the fans, man. I appreciate that. That's fire.
And just to wrap it up here, I don't want to take too much of your time.
Oh, good.
If anyone in the comments, is watching currently and they have any questions, go for it. While we have Street Runner here, just if you have anything for him, it'd be nice to ask him now. And I see you got the Khaled plaque in the background and all the other plaques, which
Yeah,
is awesome.
that's a Carter 3 plaque right there.
That's awesome.
That's a Carter 4
That's
plaque over
insane.
there. Yeah, little Eminem joint. That's that 2 Chains we was talking about. Yuck, Ross over there. Oh, that's my homie still right there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my homie still. Got a few others down, down the wall, down there. You know
Wow.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's years. That's years of work.
Yeah. You'll have to make like a video sometime showcasing your wall because I'm sure
Yeah,
everyone wants to watch that.
yeah. You're kind of right. I don't do too much of that, but yeah, you're kind of right. I
Yeah.
agree.
Someone in the comments just asked, did you submit anything for funeral?
The funeral album,
Yeah.
I'm on it.
You did Harden actually, right? You're Harden.
I did Harden and what's that other record on there? I did another record on there. It's not called
Um,
Act Up. It's man, I forget the other records, but I did 2 records on there.
that's right. Yeah, that is right. You did that.
Hmm.
And actually, speaking of funeral, Harden's my favorite record on that album.
Yeah, that's a dope one. That I got lucky. That was a track lip sample. They called me the I think it was the week of the release, and I was like, they were like, "Yo, there's a sample on this though, right?" And I was like, "Yo, we could clear this in 5 minutes." I got my guy over at Tracklib on the phone, and he cleared it for me in 5 minutes. And shout out to Tracklib, and that's how that song made it on the album. Because like, if it was anybody else's sample, I would
Yeah.
have been fucked. That shit would never have seen the light of day. So, yeah, we cleared
Yeah,
that quick.
that's awesome. Anyone else have any other questions here before we wrap it up? Any other questions? But definitely too, if anyone is watching this now, if you have any questions, feel free to just comment under Street Runners page. Just ask them.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
let's see here. Did you have anything you wanted to add to the people out there? Anything else? Any news you want to drop? Anything going on?
I mean, no, I appreciate the support and everybody who loves the music. And it's still on my SoundCloud. It's all available on my SoundCloud. Always, you know, I ain't ever taking it down. Um, so search out my SoundCloud page. That's where you're gonna hear all the mixes and the masters that I did during that 2016 era of old 2006 songs and 2000. It was like 2006, 7, 8, around that era before the Carter 3. And yeah, be on the lookout for the Khaled album. All the heat that I got going on that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Might have a Wayne on there. I don't know. You gotta
I
see. You gotta
Yep.
see. You never know. You
Tune
know what I'm
in.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we more classics to come. We got more time to live,
Uh-huh.
more
Exactly.
music to make.
Exactly. Last question, and then we'll wrap up here.
Hmm.
Um, were you ever like during back in like 2007, 2008? Did you ever hear any like actual confirmed news that we were going to get I Can't Feel My Face, or was that kind of just like a old like folk tale?
Nah, that was some kind of real situation, but I thought it was like a mixtape. I always thought it was like a mixtape
Mm-hmm.
like series. I didn't know that they were gonna make it into an album. Well, actually, no, I'm lying. That they there was talks that it was gonna be an album as well. But like when it came out, I just was like, all right, that's just what they're gonna do with it, a mixtape. Now was it a leaked situation? I don't know. I definitely had a record on there,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, damn, that sucks. But it was a fire record too, and I was a huge at that time huge fan of Joel Santana and Lil Wayne making music together. Like I thought that shit was too incredible. So I was excited to have that one song, but um, yeah, it was definitely something that they played with for sure. I mean, they had the music to show for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I want to say I don't know if it leaked, but I think Mick Boogie released it as like an unofficial mixtape or something like that.
Is that what it was? Because
I believe so. It was called
it was like
Blow.
a whole entire tape.
Yes, I think they called it Blow. It was like the prequel to I Can't Feel My Face.
Oh,
But
but then
they've had a few
they
tapes,
did have a mixtape called "I Can't Feel My Face" though, right?
and not officially. But it's weird because on interludes on the mixtape of Blow, Wayne would say that I Can't Feel My Face is now out. So maybe they just didn't advertise it
Yeah,
the same or something when they
it's
dropped
hard
it.
to tell because I could sworn there was a mixtape that said "I Can't Feel My Face" on the cover, and
Uh,
but I could be wrong. I don't fucking know.
yeah,
That
it's
is
so much
that
music.
that's a long time ago.
Well, perfect. I think we'll wrap it up here. Again want to say thank you for stopping in and talking with me, and I know the fans appreciate it, and they like the insight to hear the cool insight from you and what you have to say. Um, and again, I just want to thank you for your contribution to Wayne's career, because I think you really boosted his career. Obviously, he was a star back then, but just with your production and the soul, it really brought out another part of him we didn't have, I don't think, before that. And it really showed people that he really is the GOAT. Um, so I think with
For
your
sure.
production, it really brought him to that next level.
Appreciate it, bro. Nothing but love and moving forward. Hopefully, we get to hear more of it, and we'll see. You know,
Yes,
time will
sir.
tell.
And if anyone else has any questions in the future, just go to Street Runner's page and ask them.
For sure. Yeah, follow
Yep.
me, all that good shit, and
Yep.
you know, hit my DM or whatever. We'll you know.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, you have a good day, man, and it was nice talking to you.
Same here, bro. You too.
Sir, thank you.
All right,
All
yo.
right, see you
Peace.
guys.